Hi guys, it's Nat. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I can't believe that it's actually taken me this long to make this video, but today's video is kind of going to be a story time of how I started working at American Eagle, the experience of working at American Eagle, kind of explaining how it works and giving some advice and some tips if you're interested in working at American Eagle, or if you're even interested in just knowing how retail works and everything. So kind of an informational video, kind of just for fun, and sharing a little bit of stories, and you guys kind of just get to know a little bit more about me. I have a few disclaimers before I get into the video. First of all, I'm not going to share the location of the store I worked at because, for privacy reasons and all that stuff. Another disclaimer, this is not to bring down the company or the location or anything. This is just my experience, and just wanted to share it with you guys. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Everything's appreciated here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy. Okay, so to begin with, I'm kind of going to give you guys a little bit of a background of my experience at American Eagle. So I applied there the summer of 2019, so I was like 15 and a half. I applied there and I actually got an interview and all that stuff. And the manager, she really liked me, so she offered me the job. But she said I had to turn 16. You do have to be 16 to work at American Eagle. So basically, she offered me the job. She said, call us back when you turn 16, and then you can officially start working with us. So around October of 2019, when I turned 16, I had called and let her know, hey, I turned 16 this month. And so she actually ended up not working there anymore, so I had to have a whole other interview. And I was kind of upset because I thought that, man, what if they're not hiring anymore, and I lost the opportunity. But weirdly enough, I got an interview the day of my birthday, the day I turned 16, and they gave me the job. So I basically applied for the seasonal position, and I was there for 4 months total. So I began working in November 2019, and I stopped working there at March 2020. So I was there for 4 months. I did work all of the holiday season, and then they kept me permanent after that. So after the holiday season was over, they kept me permanent. So they extended my, I wasn't seasonal position anymore. I was a permanent employee. The only reason I'm not working there anymore is because of the work shortage, of course, and I just needed to find somewhere else that would give me more hours. And it was also not very far, but it was a challenge commuting to my job because it's in another city, so I don't have a license yet. It was really hard finding a ride back and forth. And so it just kind of became a hassle. So I decided, with the work shortage and the distance, it's better if I just look for a job that's closer. So to kind of just go a little bit more in depth of how I got hired in the interview process. I don't know if it was fate or how it worked, but I ended up getting the interview the day of my birthday, the day I turned 16. So I was like, you know what, if I nail this interview, they can't turn me down because I'm already 16. They made the interview feel very comfortable. They just ask you questions like, oh, why do you want to work here? You're like, why should we hire you? What do you think, what do you have that stands out from other applicants? Basically things that you would hear at an interview, questions they would ask you. Also, they would ask you what are your plans for the future? Do you want to go to college? Tell us about yourself. Basically, to sum it up, my interview tips would be to just be yourself, be confident, make sure you're prepared, as in, have a printed and updated resume, look presentable, and just be positive. Just make sure you have a positive and welcoming attitude, and make sure that you go in there with the mindset of, I got this, and yeah, just do it. Yeah, you got it. So the orientation, the way it works is they basically showed me videos, kind of how to handle certain situations, if there's if you have to file a report or like a claim from like an employee or like a coworker, or like a manager or something, just like the steps that you have to take, and you know who to call, just like you name it, like the basic stuff, like basic rules, basic guidelines, all that. It's just like they show you in the video. The other part of the orientation is you have to make this account. The way American Eagle works, I believe other companies work that way as well, but the way American Eagle works is like, for example, like your schedule, like you have to download this app, and then you have to have like this account, like your AE account or whatever, and basically like you log into it every single time, and that's how you keep track of your schedule. That's how the scheduling is. You kind of just have to like be looking at the app to see, you know, when you get scheduled and stuff. The way that I learned at the store was obviously every single shift I learned something new. Every single shift it was different. But there was this one girl who she knew was like my first shift, and it was holiday season, it was very busy, and she really did help me, as in, you know, she took her time to kind of teach me like how to fold the jeans, and she really helped me kind of just, you know, learn and understand, you know, how the store works. What really helped me as I was a new employee, and you know, I wasn't really sure what to do exactly, I was just really observant of like other employees. So I was really you know, I would kind of ask them, like I wouldn't be afraid to ask them like, hey, you know where this goes? Like just be very observant, you know, of how your coworkers do things, and you know, don't be afraid to ask for help if you're new. In addition to that, it's very important that you know your jeans, and I can't stress this enough, and know what each jean offers and like what its purpose is, kind of. And that's kind of how you guide the customers based on what your customer is telling you that they want. You kind of have to guide them if they don't really know. I'm so tired. Do whatever it takes for you to like know your stuff, but just know it. However that works out for you. Like for me, it was just the more I would talk about like different jeans, like the more I learned about them. For American Eagle, you know, jeans, like that is what they do. That is, you know, that's what they're like known for. So it's very important that you know your jeans. So whatever it takes, just know your jeans. Another thing that I feel like I should add is my junior year, I was busy, you know, so I could only really work on weekends. So I would work like Friday through Sunday, and it would be like I'd get an average of like between 4 to 8 hours like a week. Sometimes on Sundays, like I know for a fact, like at least at my location, like Sundays is like the deep cleaning day. So a lot of times my shift would be like a Sunday morning, like maybe like 7:30, and it was just like I would have to clean the dressing rooms, the floors, the mirrors. So it was like, when I look back at it, it kind of makes me feel like, oh, because it's like, it was my first job, and like they made me like clean the dressing rooms once, and like I noticed that they were really like dusty, like the top. So I kind of took it upon myself to be like, oh, you know, should I clean that? You know, like it looks like it needs some cleaning, like some maintenance. And they were like, yeah, like go ahead, like if you can, like that'd be great. So I remember for like, I bought new shoes for work and like new clothes for work, like from American Eagle, and like I wore it. It was like my first time deep cleaning, and I was like kind of excited. And yeah, I was excited to deep clean. I was excited. And I remember like I was like dusting the ceiling and like everything, and all the dust fell on me. Like I ended up getting dust in my eyelashes, it was all over my hair, my shoes. I always wear white Converse, that's just what I wear, and like my white Converse weren't white anymore, they had like dust on them. My white shirt had dust on it, and I was like, well, I did. I remember I came out like from the dressing room like, okay, I'm done, and one of my supervisors, she was laughing at me. She was like, oh my gosh, like what happened to you? So the store is like normally split into 3 rooms, like 1, 2, and 3, and then there's like the very back room, which is like the storage room, and they're the ones kind of doing I forgot what it's called, like run backs, I forgot, You have like this microphone, right? And you say, hey, you know, can you run me I remember this G, a Midnight Dreamer and like a 16 regular, you know, like a 16 regular. And then they're like, okay, and they'll check for you, and if they have it, like they'll bring it to you. Speaking of like the mics, you know, you have these little mics with like, these headpieces in, and it's like you hear like so many things going on because like people are kind of like speaking to each other, like asking for stuff like back and forth. So you kind of just have to like still like, it'll be going off a lot when you're like speaking to a customer, and you kind of have to like ignore it. And you can always like adjust the volume, but like, you know, I personally would always keep mine pretty high up. Some of them like don't have battery, or some of them like wouldn't work, like the headpieces. So I remember like I'd get into work like before my shift would start, and I would be there for like 5 minutes like changing the headpiece to the mic. One thing I'll say is that customer service is huge. So my tips on customer service would be, you know, try not to be shy. So be very friendly. There's times where I would go into work and I would be in not the best mood. I would like say like before my shift I would just have like an argument with someone, or you know, and so I'd be like, I wouldn't be in the best mood. So you kind of have to learn to conceal that and just be friendly. Definitely, for sure, you just have to know that it's part of the responsibility, part of the job, to just, you know, whatever you're going through outside, just keep it outside of the store, and just really be really on top of customer service. That's huge. I did work on Thanksgiving. I worked Thanksgiving night, or evening and night, and then I came home, I rested, and then I went back for Black Friday. I went back that early morning for Black Friday. I worked early morning. It wasn't that bad. For me, it wasn't that bad. Maybe I just, you know, I thankfully didn't have rude customers that day. I would get rude customers before, but Black Friday and Thanksgiving, I didn't get rude customers. I got all of like the tourists, like the señoras who speak Spanish, and honestly, like I loved getting them. Like I thought it was fun. Like I enjoyed talking to them. A little bit like the basic things, basic questions you guys might have. They do pay you the minimum wage, whatever the minimum wage is, you know, that's what they pay you. If we're speaking in terms of like dress code and stuff, there's nothing really strict, as long as, you know, obviously the typical things like nothing inappropriate, you know. It's best if you wear like American Eagle merchandise, like actual items. One question that I would always get when I worked at American Eagle, like a lot of my friends or like people at school would ask me, it's like, oh, like, do you get a discount? The way it works is like you don't really have like a set discount, kind of. There's this app for like employees and stuff, like your like rewards kind of, and it's like you get, it was like a set like percentage. It was like you would get points, and then like those points would like unlock like coupons and stuff, you know. But yeah, guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it, that you take something from it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the support that you guys have shown me so far. I really enjoy making videos like this, and let me know in the comments if you want to see something else, something new. Let me know. Like, I always read the comments because there's always like 2. I always read the comments, so I'll read your comment. Yeah, I hope you guys are having a beautiful day, night, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is. And see you in the next one. Bye!